So instead of pretending like I'm some great teacher or whatever bullshit, I think I'm just gonna go over some ideas or tips that I've been doing on my own to kind of get through either ruts or just general ideas or what have you. One of the things that I keep getting stuck on is the poses, what to draw, that kind of thing, and I kind of started getting into this lately where I have the Skullgirls Art Compendium, obviously. And what I love about that compendium is that it has a lot of the frames of every character's moves, be it the supers, intros, outros, what have you. And I just love using that as a reference because I get to choose what frame I want to draw. I try to find a frame that is very characteristic or something that stands out to me. I don't want something that's like the beginning of the animation or the end of the animation or anything like that. I want something that's kind of in the action of it. So I picked this one move from the new DLC character Annie where she has her sword right behind her and she's charging it up and like in the air ready to land. I really like that pose, so that's what I chose to draw. So usually I start with a decent sized brush. I think I was on size 4 for this. And then I would lower the opacity and then draw over that again with more refined lines. Usually I always start off with very quick, fast motion stuff to get something generally down, and then I go back in and trying to reform the shape. So now I'm going over that again, trying to get stuff more in line, but I also realized that some stuff was not lining up with other parts of Annie's body, so I'm redrawing the whole thing over, which is something you have to be okay with. You have to kind of keep going over it and deleting and trying to figure stuff out. And with this one, I was trying to break it down more into shapes to really understand where things are placed. At this point, I was just kind of going over the general gist of the figure instead of trying to go for accuracy. I was just trying to aim for, is this recognizable? Can I look at this and say, this is Annie doing this crazy move? And that's really where it landed. So as you can see, I'm going over it, I'm refining the lines over and over until I'm satisfied with at least a little bit cleaner line art. And I think this is kind of where it should be, just on a sketch level. And I think once you have that pose down and you have it finished, be it a quick sketch, it doesn't have to be a finished piece. Once you get that finished, then maybe go back in and trying to change it, tweak it, make it your own, and maybe even change the character. I think that's one of the fundamentals. Not to necessarily just outright copy or steal or whatever, but to kind of use that as a study to understand what you're drawing and then tweaking it to make it your own. One of the things that I think is really hard to know what to do and what not to do when it comes to uh doing a study or just outright ripping off another artist's work. I think what needs, as long as you're doing as to learn and you're not really passing it off as your own, that's fine to use as a study because you're just trying to understand what on how to draw with the poses, that kind of thing. Um, so just do this stuff as a study and a reference and to learn from it, and then tweak it a little bit. If you're really genuinely stuck, I would also recommend just doing the pose yourself and trying to get a picture of it. The best way to learn is to do it yourself, so you at least know what pose is possible and what's not possible. Try it and don't take pictures. When I say get a photo of yourself, I'm saying put the camera on video, record yourself doing shit, and then go through the video and just find a frame in that video as a study. So that way you can do all kinds of stuff and learn from it. A lot of stuff that I've been doing as well is just recording myself doing menial tasks and then just using that as a reference. There was one where I was in the kitchen and I was just walking around with a mug and I was sitting down at the table doing this, doing that, like doing all this kind of stuff, so I at least have multiple stuff, things going on where it's not just me taking stationary pictures. So take video of yourself. Or just find a movie or an anime, whatever that's very expressive, and find a frame through that you want to draw. With anime, it might be tougher because some of the in betweens might not be pretty, or it might have a smear. It might just do all kinds of shit, but sometimes it's fun to kind of learn or try to read the form. With art, it's a lot of trying to read what you're seeing and trying to understand the shapes. If you break everything down to a shape, you should be fine to break the image down and understand what you're drawing. During the Annie drawing, I'm not sure if I said this already, but a lot of times I've been trying to break down her form in shapes. Just shapes I've been trying to break it down as. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you like this video in the comment section below or whatever. Do whatever you want. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.